one. Welcome back to Artist on Record, your ultimate intimate conversation with your favorite artist. I am Stefan, and you are beautiful. Today in the hot seat, we have a great one. So before we go there, make sure you subscribe, post your comments down below, and give us a thumbs up. Mr. Zakk Wylde is here in the hot seat. It all starts now. Don't touch that dial. Bam. So what's going on now? You got Pantera. You're doing that. What are you basically doing on weekends? And how's that working out in
Right
your
now,
life?
yeah. Well, we're just doing with Metallica and Wolfie on the Friday night. So I guess the next show we just did Minneapolis or Minnesota where the Vikings play, and I guess the next one we're doing is Edmonton, and then after that we do Seattle. We have another one at where the Seahawks play. So we're gonna do that one, and then get ready for 2025 as we go out. I guess we're doing Europe. I guess we're over there for about a month and a half. Just Pantera headline shows. Like all of 2025 is going to be pretty much on and off. Pantera, Zakk Sabbath, Pantera, Zakk Sabbath, Pantera. Whenever I'm not doing the Pantera thing, we'll go out with Zakk Sabbath. And then probably 2026, release the new Black Label album. That's about
Awesome.
it. Yeah, so there's
Awesome.
always, it's an awesome thing. There's lots going on.
That's why I grabbed this interview. I made a makeshift. You're actually sitting on vinyl records, and right underneath you is Liza Minnelli. You don't even know that.
Awesome.
I had to
You gotta
make it
love it.
happen.
You without a doubt.
I got to go back and talk about your career and everything because you listen to I have to know something about you. Your guitar playing, it's just iconic. You hear it out the gate. You know it's Zakk. You know it's you. I'll hear Frank Marino touches. As a kid, what were you listening to, man? I know.
Well, I think like pretty much like everything that's classic rock now. Obviously Sabbath and Zeppelin, Bad Company, Skinner, The Who, Stones. My older cousins were like huge Stones guys.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, "Oh man, I really like that song, Miss You," or whatever. They were like, "We're gonna have to beat you up now." Yeah, because they're like, no, Street Fight, man, give me Shelter, like all the early Stone stuff, you know what I mean? So, uh, but no, Stones and then Beatles and, just all classic rock. I was a huge Elton John, still huge Elton John fan. The Eagles, Allman Brothers. Basically classic rock, man. Everything like that. But like, obviously Sabbath, you know, collected all my Sabbath records. So, and then obviously when Oz started with Randy, it was just all Ozzy and Randy. And then I remember when Jake came in, we all loved Jake. So
Yeah.
and supported him. So yeah, and the next thing you know, I'm a huge fan of the Yankees, and now I'm playing for the Yankees. So it's pretty crazy.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, did you go as a kid, see Ozzy in concert when you were like Bark at
Yeah,
the
but
Moon?
we had tickets to go see Randy, and obviously Randy was going to be playing the Garden, and obviously Randy passed away in Florida, so we didn't get a chance to see him. But I saw him with Bernie Torme before Brad Gillis. So I
Wow.
saw him when Bernie was there, and I got a chance to meet Bernie. And Bernie hadn't talked to Ozzy in years. We were doing some festival, and uh, Bernie was at one of the festivals. So, Bernie Torme. And it was just like, I went and told him how much, I was like, oh my God, it was like a mind blowing. The day opened up with Over the Mountain. I said, everybody, I said, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. I said, like, you crushed it that night. I said, yeah, like Randy was in the building. And he was just like, oh, thanks, Zakk. And then he went back and saw Ozzy. And Oz hadn't seen each other in years. So that was great seeing that. So, but yeah, so I saw him with Bernie Torme, but so I never got a chance to see Rand. And then, but but yeah, my actually the first concert I ever saw was Mob Rules. I guess with
Wow.
Ronnie. That was the first actual real concert I ever saw in
Wow.
Philadelphia at the Spectrum. So yeah,
Wow.
which is gone, but yeah, it was pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. I think Mob Rules, I think Ronnie did a fucking amazing job. It was one of my favorite tunes, that album. It was
Yeah,
fucking
well,
killer.
those first two albums are phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely, man. Killer. Um, My first concert, I think, was seeing Quiet Riot open up for Maiden at the Garden, first row. I remember $40. I think, oh my God, I'm spending $40 like 1983. I was like,
Yeah, no, I saw Quiet Riot open up for Sabbath with Ian Gillan and on the
whoa.
Born Again tour. And when they played Bang Your Head, you would have thought it was I think it was at the Garden. You would have thought it was a Quiet Riot show. I mean, it was 20,000 people singing the song "Fists in the Air." Like when the house lights went on, it was like you would have thought it was a Quiet Riot show at the Garden.
Dude, I don't
It
know
was
if the,
mind
yeah,
blowing. Yeah, I
absolutely.
mean,
I don't,
that was at the height of their power on that record. You know what
dude,
I mean?
that
So,
record was so powerful. I don't even think people remember how huge they were. Quiet Riot. I mean, and
oh, the first
when
metal album to sell like 9, 10 million copies. It was like gigantic, man, without a
totally,
doubt.
totally. I remember going to Brooklyn Zigzag Records, buying that album and thinking, oh, I had
Yep.
gold, and it was just incredible. They actually that show at the Garden, I gotta say, they blew away Maiden, and that's a hard thing to do, back then. It just
Well,
kicked
yeah,
in.
because they were on fire then, man.
Totally. And then as a singer, Kevin DeVoe he did, I think, some interview like Loudmouth, and he just killed all like that. And boom. It's funny. My first Ozzy show was Bark at the Moon, Motley Crue opening up for them.
Yeah, I
Jeez,
saw that as well.
that
Yep.
was a good one. I remember seeing that out. That was really actually killer,
Yeah, with
man.
the bats and the stairwell.
How old were you when you got that gig with Ozzy? Just
I
out of
was
high school.
19, 20 years old. Yeah, totally.
Think about
It
it.
was like late 86, and then 87 is, you know, like when we went out there, and then we worked on the record, and the album came out in 88.
That was Mr. Zakk Wylde. And if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see the unedited version, join us at Members Only. That's where you can support this channel and see these episodes unedited. In the meantime, don't forget to post your comments down below. We always love to hear from you, and give us a thumbs up. And you might see a box that pops here or there. Make sure you click on it. Until then, we'll see you all later. Who loves you, baby? We do.